begin in constructive rest pose. Place your hands onto your ribs, slide your feet to the floor, hip width apart, knees above the heels. Invite the weight of your head and the entire length of your spine to meet the ground beneath you. Sense your breath moving under your hands. Can you feel a subtle opening and closing of your ribs as you breathe? Now, clasp your hands behind your head and allow your elbows to move towards the floor. What is your experience of your breath now with your arms in this position? Side body sweeps. Exhale into your right side, bringing your right armpit and hip closer together. Inhale, return to center and repeat. Exhale to the left and inhale to center. Repeat 4 more times. Initiate the movements from the waist and allowing the head and arms to glide effortlessly on the floor. Perhaps imagine as you are doing these movements that you are sliding on a slippery surface. Come to star, arms over the head, for floor sequence. Exhale and move into seed position on the right side of the body. Then send your left leg out as if you were being pulled up to a seated position. Inhale and sweep your right arm over your head, shortening and lengthening the waistline. As you exhale, move back into seed position on the right. Inhale, extend into star, and repeat on the left. Exhale into seed position on the left. Inhale, stretch the right leg out and come to seat. Send the left arm over the head. Exhale, return to seed position on the left. And inhale, back to star. Flowing now through this sequence. Exhaling to seed. Inhaling to a side bend. Exhaling to seed. Inhaling star. Exhale seed. Inhale, sweep the arm over for the side bend. Exhale, control the land, seed. And inhale, star. Now bring your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Let the head roll. Come to Sukhasana, right shin in front, right arm raised. Seated sequence. Bring the right elbow to hover over the left knee. And then inhale, spring back to center. Exhale, slightly round as you twist. And then inhale, return, ribs widen. One more round. Exhale into this downward spiral twist. And inhale, spring back to center. Sweep the right arm over the head for a side body opening. Now, leading with your heels, move into seated star. Extend the limbs. Shine brightly. Change sides. 3 spiral twists. As you exhale and twist, and inhale, return, can you make your movements an exploration of your breath? Not doing too much and not underdoing your effort. Moving into your side bend. Breathe into that top lung. Now, push through the heels and reach brightly into seated star. flow onto your stomach. For a forearm sequence, come into Sphinx pose. Palms spread and face down, forearms parallel. Reach long through the feet and grow tall through the crown. Dynamic forearm planks. Exhale, float the navel away from the floor and roll up to the knees. Inhale into Sphinx once again. Repeat twice more, with the option now to come off your knees if your lower back feels up to it. As you move now into your final plank, hold, feeding the weight of your spine down through the forearms and into the ground beneath you. Return to Sphinx and then rest, forehead on the forearms, and shake your hips. Side plank sequence. Come onto your left forearm, fingers pointing to the side of the mat, shoulder above elbow. Hips stacked, knees bent. Right palm holds left ribs. Inhale, allow the ribs to sink into the hand. Exhale, lift the hip and rib cage up into your side plank. Inhale, slowly invite the ribs to melt. And exhale, encourage a long spine and waist as you lift up into your forearm. Inhaling, releasing. Exhaling, slightly cinching in the waist. And then send the fingertips up to the sky as you root down through the forearm. Slowly release. Move into mermaid stretch. Arms circles over the head. And then transition through an all-fours position as we practice forearm dog. Elbows meet the ground, palms parallel. Tuck the toes under now, and then slowly as you exhale, send the forearms down as you reach your hips and sacrum upward. Knees can be softly bent here. Can you sense the downward force through your forearms and the upward reach through your tail in forearm dog? When you're ready, lower the knees with control and move to child's pose and rest. Slide onto your front, and we shall now repeat the sequence on the other side. Move into Sphinx pose. Exhale, roll up to knees or lift the knees. And inhale, slide back into Sphinx. Exhale, navel floats up off the mat. And inhale, grow long through the crown. Exhale, whole plank now, with the option to raise one leg and then the other, feeling some challenge through the center of the body. Lower the knees down and rest. Allow your hips to shake and the feet to lightly turn in. Forearm side planks now on the left. Bring the right elbow underneath the shoulders. Knees stacked. Left hand cradles right ribs. Inhale, prepare, and then exhale, reach up into your side plank. Inhale, allow the rib cage to fall into the palm. Exhale, encourage the rib cage to lift. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. This time, hold and send the hand up to the ceiling. Reach through the fingertips. Let the jaw be light. Coming down into mermaid stretch. Circle the arm over the head as you clasp the other shin and hand. And then let's transition into tabletop, ready for forearm dog. Making sure that the hands don't touch. Tuck the toes and exhale, lift your seat. Maybe walk closer to your elbows now. Options to lift one leg and then the other. Forearms drum down, tail reaches skyward. Rest, knees down, arms sweep back, child's pose. Side body sequence. Come onto all fours, send the right foot off the mat. Heel of the left hand under the left shoulder and reach up through the right arm all the way to the fingertips. From here, place the right palm down under the shoulder. Leaning into the hands, send the left leg through into a seated twist. Unravel to face forwards, hands touching down as you thread the left leg back into the start position. And then reach up through the right arm, hand, wrist all the way through to the fingers. Repeat this sequence twice more, allowing the breath to move freely, exploring your range of motion and discovering where you need to build strength and to generate more power as you move through these patterns. Try not to allow the mind or the face to become too tense. Can you enjoy the body moving? As and when you're ready, let's move now into downward facing dog. Feel the weight of your spine flow into your legs and into your arms. Walk through the feet. Travel now into plank, shoulders above your wrists. Slowly descend onto your belly. Rising now into cobra or upward facing dog. And then flowing into downward facing dog. Repeat the side body sequence on the other side. Left foot off the mat. Left hand reaches up. Moving steadily through the sequence 3 times. As you explore, invite the breath to flow freely. Noticing when you need to yield into the floor versus when it's useful to push away from the floor. Using the ground and gravity as a fulcrum to reorganize your body. And when you're ready, transition once again into downward facing dog. Inhale, flow into plank. Option to raise one leg and then the other, adding a little bit more challenge to the pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, flow back, downward facing dog. Fallen star sequence. Inhale, lift your right leg up into 3-legged dog. And then bend the knee and open the hip. Avoid sagging into the ribs. Let the weight of your leg bring your bottom to the floor so that you're facing the back of your mat. Inhale, float the hips up as you ground the feet strongly, sending your right arm over the head. As you exhale, spiral through the waist and return to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises, bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, fall sweetly bottom to the floor. Reorganize the feet if you need. And then inhale, spring up into your fallen star. Exhale, spiral back into downward facing dog. Patting your hands back to ragdoll for a brief moment. Fold the knees and curl up to standing. Let the arms rest. Take a breath. Triangle and half moons. Let's take triangle on the right. Turn the right toes to the top of the mat. And then for a moment, feel the hips move back as you slide the torso over the front leg. Left arm up, right hand down. And as you exhale, graze the hand down the shin. And then inhale, feel like the top hand is reaching, pulling you up. And then explore this in your own time. Seeing if you can keep both sides of the waist long and spacious. And then pause in your triangle pose. Perhaps look up to the top hand without stressing that front knee. Slowly come up. Half moon. Bring the weight to the right foot. When you're ready, start to hover and then lift the left leg. Can you float in half moon without touching the floor? Looking down can be useful. Slowly return to triangle pose. Bend the front knee to come all the way up and relax. Triangle on the left. Take a moment to feel how the pelvis moves towards the back heel. Left hand down, right hand up, and explore sliding down and sliding up that front leg. Feel as if that top hand is the energy that's pulling you back up. Then finding your triangle pose, lengthening through the waistline, so not going too low in this variation. Avoid locking that front knee. And then rise up. Float into half moon. Feel your weight shift over the left leg. And then when you're ready, right leg lifts. Toes spread. Press through the heel. Reach into all corners of the room. Come back to triangle, soft landings. And then to come up, bend the front knee and use your legs to come up. Parallel the toes. And then step to the top of your mat as we move toward the floor once again. As you're ready, inhale, sweep the arms over the head. Exhale, soft knees and fold. Inhale, lift through the crown. Exhale, let's step straight to downward facing dog. Bring the knees down. Rest for a moment in child's pose. Breathe into the back of the body. Hands under the shoulders and slowly roll up to sit upon your heels. Ready for our seated sequence. Option to bring the right ankle above the left knee. Right arm up. Exhale, downward spiral twist. Navel lightly rolling back. Exhale, twist. Inhale, return. Exhale, coil and twist. Inhale, widen the ribs. This time, let's hold a twist and explore What would it be like to press the hand into the sole of the foot or into the knee? Slowly come center and move into your side bend, perhaps bringing the left forearm onto the mat, left bum cheek grounded. Then move into a forward fold. Go easy, go steady. And then press through the heels, reach through the fingertips, lift the chest, shine brightly. Star seat. Other side. Option to stack the shins. Exhale, twisting. Inhale, flowing back. And repeat this twice more. Encourage the head and the neck to be soft and expressive. When you're ready, moving into that more static twist, pressing the hand and the foot together. Shoulders melt. Side bend, with perhaps the option to bring the right forearm down here, whilst keeping the right bum cheek down. Moving into a forward fold. And slowly coming up and shifting into your star seat once again, like it's refreshing you. Hug everything in, and now let's move onto the back. For our floor sequence, move into star. Exhale, roll into seed on the right. Inhale, lengthen the left leg. Come into your side bend, right arm sweeping up and over. Exhale, yield into the floor, and let's add a twist. Send the left fingertips over the head and rest your shoulder blades onto the mat. Soften the muscles of the abdomen. Coming back into your star position. Flowing exhale to the left. Inhaling seated side bend. Exhale, yield into the floor and find your twist. Right arm leading the spiral. Let the breath move freely here. And then come into a prep for bridge. Heels underneath the knees, feet apart, hands down. Exhale, ground the feet, and then inhale, lift the tail, sacrum and spine up, arms over the head. And then exhale, reverse the curl down, but keep reaching the arms and fingers behind you. Lengthen the legs and take a full body stretch. Maybe yawn and stretch the mouth. Point and flex the feet. And then moving at last into stillness. Take a moment to be warm and comfortable. Going from all this doing to simply being. Invite the body to be breathed. You are not doing the breath. Breath flowing in and flowing out of its own accord. The bones of your body meeting the earth. Slide the feet to the floor and place your palms onto your belly. Sense the breath underneath your palms. Slide your hands onto the ribs. Once again, feel the movements of the breath underneath your fingertips. touch just below the collarbones. Feel the movements of the breath at the chest. And then let your arms rest once again, body being breathed. When you're ready, roll onto one side and make your way up to a seated position. Place your hands over the heart. Take a moment to honor your practice, to take this dialogue with your body into the rest of your day or evening. Thank you so much for practicing, and I'll see you next time.